Welcome to the Honeypot's Grave, the internet's premier internet commentary podcast. I'm Quinn.
And I'm Capn, the one that dies at the end.
Yep. So, well, this week we watched Tony Hawk Boom Boom Sabotage.
And it certainly was a movie.
Okay, so movie opens up and we're in like a clown circus thing, and there's a circus front man, like a ringleader guy, and he's nasty looking, and he's
absolutely disgusting.
apparently the circus got shut down, so he's angry because he's the circus man. He's the big circus boss man, and then a pirate guy walks in, and he's also pretty gross, and he's like really fucking small, and he has
he's like the Wario to the Ringmaster's Waluigi.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He's got like an eye poking out, like he looks like it's
like King K. Rool, where his eye is just like fucking gigantic and nasty.
And then his other eye is completely closed, and he's like. First thing about this movie is it's very, very mocap heavy, and it's not good. There's a lot of mocap, and I don't like seeing the mocap happen. It's very bad to look at. The movements are fucked up and bad.
It also takes quite a damn while to actually get to the Tony Hawk part of this Tony Hawk movie. And the first few minutes of it are just like exposition with a clown guy, Ringmaster trademark, and his brother, who's on a Segway.
Tony Hawk doesn't do much in this movie.
Yeah, he's just like, you could replace him with the Holy Grail, and he'd probably have about the same effect.
There's even skater kids that aren't Tony Hawk and other skaters. They don't really do much in the movie either.
Yeah, nobody really does anything in this movie except the villain.
The villain is like the only person who does anything, really. So, yeah. So the villain is talking to all the circus freak guys, and he's like, "We're gonna make the circus great again, lol." And then we cut to a scene of some skater kids, and they're skating around, I guess. And we didn't learn any of the characters' names. It's the first thing you're gonna notice as we talk about this movie, is that we didn't learn any of the characters' names, because
yeah, this isn't like band. This is worse than Bands on the Run.
I think.
I don't think there's a single mentioning of their names once.
Except for Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk is the only person who's privileged enough to have a name.
The other, celebrity skater guys.
They're also there, but they still don't have a name.
Okay. So then we cut to the skater kids doing their thing, right? And then we cut to the circus man in the mayor's office. The mayor is his brother, and he's really nasty in this scene, especially nasty. This is his peak nastiness in the movie. The ringleader circus carnival guy takes off his shoe, and he has this nasty infected toe.
It's disgusting.
And
it's like that scene in SpongeBob where SpongeBob is helping Squidward
Don't even
move,
mention it.
chair.
No, don't even mention it. Don't even mention it. Don't even stop. I'm gonna mute you. I'm muting you. I've muted you. I've muted you. I have muted you. This isn't being recorded.
I don't want it to be recorded. It's disgusting.
Okay.
I hate it. The movie's so bad. So watch this to riff on it with your friends, like how we did.
Yeah. So halfway through the scene, the circus clown guy is talking to his brother, and he's like, let us do the circus again. I want to do the circus, bro. And then the brother's like, no. And then his nasty toe erupts.
Ugh.
It explodes, and it's nasty.
There's a bit where he does the final no, and there's a little bit of echo on the no, so you know he's really serious. And the fucking ringleader guy does this sort of inside out sort of thing where they look into his mind, and it's just he lands in quote unquote the creek of misery, and then he just fucking swims over to like an island of rage or whatever, and there's a volcano on the island of
Yeah,
rage.
and the volcano erupts.
Fucking erupts.
The volcano erupts, and the eruption
And then it
is the toe.
Explodes. That's the toe. The volcano is the toe. You can quote me on that.
It's not good. So then they ride around in their room. Like, the villain has one of those like
Segways.
No, he doesn't have a fucking
No,
Segway.
No, the other guy has a Segway.
The villain
I'm getting so confused on who's the villain here.
The villain has this big, one of those like big
1920s
like,
big wheel bicycles.
Bicycles with one of those huge fucking wheels on the front and a tiny wheel on the back. And that's like, he rides that around periodically throughout the movie.
That's like his vehicle of choice. That's his getaway vehicle.
So he's chasing the mayor around that in the mayor's office, and they're like riding around on the walls and stuff, and then the villain gets kicked out of the mayor's office.
But before the villain gets kicked out,
he does snatch the mayor's wig.
And then he fucking wears the wig, like pretending he's gonna like fucking drop it out of a window or something, but then he just like puts it on and jumps out the window. Which, power move, by the way.
Yeah, and then we're back with the skater children, and they're talking to this old man. And the old man,
I think his name is Frank.
Okay. It doesn't matter. They're talking to this old man, and he's like, Tony Hawk is my friend. And they're like, no, he's not. And then Tony Hawk shows up at the skate park, and he's like, wow, he was right. Tony Hawk is his friend. And then the scene ends, I think.
That's it. It's just over. The movie's over. Go home, everybody.
I think that's what happens.
Well, none of us has retained any memory of this.
I mean, we only watched
since we watched it like half a week ago.
We watched it.
Watched it a year ago.
Tuesday now, and we watched it like Sunday, I think. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Time is fucked.
We watched it a million years ago, actually. So.
Yeah, so they do that. All that happens, what we just talked about. That all happens.
None of us really know what happens next. There's like a sort of fake introductory scene, where it's just like they tell them the personalities, but not the names. And in order, it's the weird-looking kid from Monster House.
Some
guy that used to be in my
this, like, for sure. Like, the child from Monster House is definitely one of these children.
Next is a guy that looked like he was in my computer tech class, and he has, like, no fucking chin. There's girl character, number 1. Then there's, another one, I think? Maybe? Possibly?
We don't even know how many characters are in this fucking movie.
There's also second girl character that's more of, like, Goblin Core or something. He just like has fireworks and like lights them for fun or something. And she's like the only good character in this, since she has like the slightest bit of personality.
I didn't remember her at all, so like you're absolutely incorrect.
She was how?
I don't remember any of the children.
Okay, cool. Wait.
I remember that one of them was like a white kid who wanted to be black or something.
Definitely. That was the guy with no chin.
Okay. So I really don't know what happens next.
Yeah, we don't know, huh? Should we like take a break and actually like rewatch the movie so it's fresh in our brains?
I think we're just I know this is we started recording, but I don't know if we can do an episode on this one, because I remember nothing about
it! Okay, what if we just, like, skip forward a bit and just, like, go forwards? I don't know. Because I remember there was something. This movie was about something.
Allegedly.
Okay, either way. I'm gonna, like, go back through my brain and, like, try and remember this movie.
I think they go to, like, a skate stadium with Tony Hawk and his skater friends at one point.
Definitely. Then there's, like, a million, like, shots of them skating forever. It's really fucking boring.
Yeah, there's a
There's
lot
not
of
a lot.
points in
There
this
is a
movie.
shit ton of just clips that are just them skating with
Yeah,
like some
mocap
crappy
skating.
transmission. And
That
it looks really fucking
that
shitty,
happens
honestly.
quite a lot.
Definitely. And they go on for like way too long. Like, it's just not
This
good.
movie goes on for way too long. It's just not
I'm
good.
not a skater, but this movie not good.
I mean, I don't
This
think you
movie.
have to be a skater to have an opinion on this movie, because it's not a good movie.
Because, like, maybe once I become a skater, they hand me a fucking DVD that explains the plot points to fucking Tony Hawk's Boom Boom whatever the hell.
Boom Boom Sabotage!
What does that even mean? You know how titles are supposed to make sense sometimes?
I think I know what the title's about, actually, so let me fucking break it
So
down
please
for you,
explain.
you
Please give me your
motherfucker.
profitable knowledge.
So Tony Hawk has, like, this big skate thing show coming up, and it's called Boom Boom something something. And
Not Sabotage.
The villain, the clown circus ringleader man, wants to sabotage Tony Hawk's thing. So it's a Boom Boom Sabotage.
Also, I just want to take a clip out, just like describe the main villain. Just, I like describing.
Describe him then.
Anyway, he looks like if you took the two main characters from The Greatest Show, took their clothes, put them on Robbie Rotten, and mixed it with Fanboy from Fanboy and Chum Chum, and made the forehead just a little bit too tall.
What is The Greatest Show?
It's another really shitty movie, but it's live action rather than animated. We should probably watch it for the podcast one time, so that we can not tell who the main characters are together.
This is called foreshadowing.
Oh boy.
Anyways.
Watch out next episode where we change to a different format.
Anyways. Yeah, that's what the film looks like according to Capn. So...
We should just make that like sort of little clip show where I just describe things in the movie, but really shittily. Sort of like the Dr. Pig taking mail in the middle of a fucking Back to the Barnyard episode.
You think I can edit that?
No. I just do it spontaneously, for no reason whatsoever.
Okay.
Oh shit. Surprise guest appearance!
So...
Eventually, we get to a point where Tony Hawk gets abducted by the main villain for being too hip with the kids.
That definitely happens.
He definitely gets, like, hostage so that the main villain can, like, point a gun to his head and say, like, give me the circus back or he loses his head. And then they give him the circus back, probably. But they never really get to that point in the movie.
I don't think that's what his plan was.
Okay, but you're not him.
Because he did put Tony Hawk in a chicken suit and made him skate around on a razor scooter. And Tony Hawk saw the razor scooter and he was like, ah! Because I guess Tony Hawk hates razor scooters.
He just totally does. He like banana. There's also...
okay,
I cannot remember anything.
I guess the kids try and, like, track down Tony Hawk.
They try calling him, and that doesn't work because they left his cell phone and also his entire backpack here. Then there's a joke where the kid that finds the backpack is like, wow, he left all of his things here, including the CD that he was willing to give away to anyone that asked for it. And then the girl character, trademark, is like, what the fuck are you doing? That's his belongings, you dipshit.
Yeah, apparently Tony Hawk just carries around a backpack with like...
Just like 24/7.
Many copies of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on Tony Hawk...
on DVD and Blu-ray.
To just hand out to anyone who asks for it. Like, I
feel like that was probably a joke where it was like, hey, I have the right to take this man's shit because he's gone.
If you see Tony Hawk in public and you're like, hey, can I get a copy of Tony Hawk Pro Skater? He's like, sure, let me just reach into this backpack I have, and he hands you a copy. I think that's what this movie was about. I think.
Well, I've expended all 10% of my brain power, and I think the next part is them just like sitting on top of a truck throwing shit off. That's all I know about the next bit, though.
Then they
This
skated.
movie is really unmemorable, huh?
Yeah. Then they like skate around in various abandoned places until they find a big tunnel, and then they skate
Yeah,
around in
definitely.
there. And a car full of gangster clowns, but not juggalos, starts riding through the tunnel.
It's a very specific aesthetic.
What? What was this movie about? What happened in this movie? What was like? Why were the gangster clowns there?
I don't think there was a reason, actually. They just were like driving through the tunnel,
They weren't.
and then
They weren't part of the circus. They weren't
yeah, I
part of
don't
the
think
circus. They were just completely
there was
unrelated
no reason
clown
for them to be
gangsters.
in this movie whatsoever. Actually, they were just there so that they could make a joke about, I don't know, the kid wanting to be a gangster or something.
Hey, this movie is hurting me.
This is the type of shit I live for. Too bad I'll die at the end of this episode.
So, I guess they find the circus, and then they rescue Tony Hawk. But then they get captured again, and there's evil monkeys. Like, there's a horde of evil monkeys that appears and starts chasing everybody. I don't know why the monkeys were there. They were really ugly.
Yeah, they were real nasty. They were like the freaking flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz, except without the wings, and also
Like,
nastier.
I'll be honest, I remember, like, most of what happened in this movie. I don't know how any of it connects together. I
Yeah,
have
sure.
all the puzzle pieces in my head, but, like, the puzzle pieces don't fit together at all. Nothing has any sort of, like, connection to anything. It's all just a series of images that are forever embedded in my mind because I've seen this horrible fucking movie, and I'm never going to be able to recount this story because there's not a story, there's not anything cohesive or coherent about this fucking movie.
This is like the movie version of Adult Swim bumps. Like, there's no reason for them to be there, and they don't do anything, they're just connectors. But they just removed all the things that they were connecting together, so now it's just them, and they're just there. And it's painful to watch.
It's
This movie's bad, guys.
it's really bad.
Actually, don't watch this to riff on your friends about, because the only thing you guys are going to get out of that is a shitty toe joke and some clowns.
It was okay. So this movie,
There was also another bit where,
so at some point all the children get tied up. That happens, and then they're at the big boom boom thing that the villain was
Festival
trying to
bit.
sabotage, and
it's like the pre-start of it, and they're like getting ready for it, and they're like, God damn it, where's Tony Hawk? He's supposed to be here. It's his concert.
and then
The ringmaster guy is like, he fucking walks right up into it. Like,
and they're still
he
cheering.
walks right into his office.
They still
he
cheer
walks right into
when
the
they
office
see-
of the main guy, and they're like, well, Tony Hawk's dead, guys. And they're like, you killed him? And then he tries to explain the story about how he fucking fell off a cliff or something.
Wait, what? I don't remember
Yeah,
that
that was
at
it.
all.
There was definitely a bit where
I don't
he walked into the
remember
main
that.
office, and he was like, hey guys, Tony Hawk can't be here because he's dead, oh gosh.
What?
That happened!
Did it?
Definitely, I remember it, because there was a bit where it was like, there was a big old fight with the main administrator guy, Frank, and they just like accidentally just like punch him into a bag and toss him into a closet. This movie is so bad.
If you say so, I guess that happened. So then, they're at the big festival, skating festival, and the crowd is like, "We want Tony." And then the ringleader guy comes up, and they're still cheering. They're cheering for this nasty man who they've never seen or like know anything about. Didn't you want Tony? I thought you wanted Tony. Why are you cheering for this fucking bastard man?
He's the new Tony. Tony 2.
So then they skate around the skate ramps and stuff for like an extended period of time. The villain.
There's a bit where the main villain, Nasty Boy, is like going up a skate ramp on his big old one-wheel, really big bicycle, and it's like a 90-degree like climb, but he's still going at it somehow,
like
just
he's
climbing
going
on up.
right up a straight wall.
Icon.
Um.
And then there's like a big old fight scene. Tony Hawk is at the top of the ramp he's trying to climb, and he fucking kicks him down. Oh shit! Wait, no, I'm forgetting a
That
crucial
wasn't
detail.
even Tony Hawk. That was like another child. That was not Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk looking child.
This movie. This movie.
Does this movie even exist? Is this fucking Berenstain Bears
It's
thing?
on YouTube.
Are you sure about that?
It's on YouTube.
Okay, if you say so.
It's on YouTube if you want to watch it. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it.
Is YouTube even real? Where was I? Oh right, there was a crucial detail I was forgetting. Tony Hawk enters in on a mono wheel. And then the kid that was like escorting him was on a fucking golf cart that had 2 seats, but Tony Hawk just wants to ride in on a mono wheel because he's fucking crazy. And then there's a bit where they skate around in the mono wheel. It looks really cool. Wow, it's really nice, guys. Look at our special effects. And then
the main villain gets
something happens, and the villain gets like put in jail or something.
And then the movie ends.
The movie ends.
And then the movie ends.
There was the movie happened, but I'm not sure if it's watchable.
I mean, we definitely watched it.
This
is an experience I'll never fucking forget.
Just remember that you did this to yourself. I in no part recommended Tony Hawk's Skating Adventure Boogaloo 2.
So yeah, if you want to watch it, it's on YouTube. It isn't good.
Is there anything else that we're like forgetting, other than the basic plot points of the movie?
I'm sure we've forgotten quite a lot.
Yeah, but anything that's not just about the movie itself.
You mean like plugs and stuff?
That too.
Like the Discord that we record this podcast in, and you can listen in live and hear some pre-show stuff if you want. And we got in the Minecraft realm where we do stuff in. You mean that stuff?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, and the Patreon where you can find a couple lost episodes and some videos of me.
There's also another thing that I'm definitely forgetting. What is it? It's something. I'm not remembering it right now.
We have a sponsor message, but we forgot it, like most of this movie.
Like the movie itself.
We were given a sponsor message this episode, like most episodes, but We forgot what the sponsor message was, which, if you're a patron, this is where your money's going.
Yep. This is your money. You did this. This is your fault.
If you're a patron, yeah, you can watch the movies with us.
You also get to see pictures of my dogs.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice.
And
that's the only reason you should become a patron, by the way. Just to see dogs.
To say stuff in the podcast.
You can do whatever. You can do a backflip, probably, if you can try really hard.
Yeah. So yeah, that was this. That's this episode.
Also, the promise at the start of this episode that I said, I die at the end.
Oh yeah, this is the end of the podcast forever.
Yep. This is the end of the podcast forever. I just fucking die.
Looking for new looking for new co-hosts because my old one is dead. Thanks for listening. My co-host is dead. Thank you. See you next week. We're gonna watch a movie. Allegedly. Thank you. Goodbye.